Hello student, welcome to next lecture of mobile application development. Today is our lecture 4 of chapter 3rd, that is UI component and layouts. So let's start. The learning outcome of today's video, first we see the relative layout and then we see the frame layout in Android. So let's start with relative layout. Android relative layout enable you to specify how child view are positioned relative to each other. Okay, then the position of each view can be specified as relative to sibling elements or relative to parents. Okay, so all the child view or the elements component that in relative layouts are arranged in relative to each other. Then next one, relative layout attributes. First one, Android ID. This is common attributes. This is the ID which uniquely identifies the layout. Okay. Next, second attributes is Android gravity. This specify how an object should position its content on both X and Y axis. Possible values are top, bottom, left, right, center vertical and center horizontal. Okay, so these are the possible value of these attributes. Next one, Android ignore gravity. This indicates what view should not be affected by the gravity. Okay, so these are some attributes of relative layout. Here next we see one diagram which is display the how relative layout is displayed. Okay, so here 4 components are relatively added. Okay, so by this way relative layout is displayed. Next, here we see the example of relative layout. First, this code is for relative layout. In that code we write some attributes like layout width, layout height, padding left and padding right. Okay, so these are some attributes of relative layout we mention here. Then we add one component, edit text in relative layout. Okay, so first we define ID, then width, height and hint. Okay, so this is one component added in relative layout. Inside relative layout we create linear layout. Okay, so here some attributes of linear layout: orientation vertical, width and height is fill parents, alignment parent start true, and then layout below this is one attribute name. Okay, so these are the some attributes of linear layout. Next, inside linear layout we create 2 buttons. Okay, button 1, button 2, and mention the attributes of the button. Okay, here linear layout is closed and relative layout is closed. So in Android we use one layout manager in another also. Okay, here we use linear layout inside the relative layout. Okay, next we see the frame layout. Frame layout is designed to block out an area on the screen to display a single item. Okay, so the frame layout used for to display only single item. Generally frame layout should be used to hold a single child view because it can be difficult to organize child view in way that's scalable to different screen size without the children overlapping each other. Okay, so it is very difficult. So generally we use frame layout to display the single element. Okay, we can display the multiple elements also in frame layout, but it is difficult to arrange. Okay, so for that we use another types of layout. Here then frame layout attributes are: first one, Android ID. This is ID which uniquely identify the layout. Second one, Android foreground. This is defined the drawable to draw over the content, and possible value may be color value. Okay, you can write the possible value here. I give some example: RGB hash. Okay, hash ARGB hash RR GGB. Okay, so these are the values of these attributes. Okay, and all are the color value. Okay, then next one, Android foreground gravity, which define the gravity to apply to the foreground drawable. Okay, the gravity default to fill possible value are top, bottom, left, right, center, center underscore vertical, and center underscore horizontal. Okay, so these are some attributes of frame layout. Here I display one image of frame layout. Here frame layout demo, top relative layout. Here also we use the relative layout. Then here frame layout, we use the frame layout to display single item, single component or single view. Okay, then by using image view we display this image. Okay, so this is frame layout, only used to display the single view or single component. Here I display one example of frame layout, code for the frame layout. Layout width and height, these are two attributes, common attributes of layout. Then inside frame layout we create image view. Okay, and mention some attributes of image view. Okay, all we see all these components in next lecture. What is image view, what is text view, and what are the attributes regarding the every components. Okay, so here we define some image attributes of image view: source, scalable type, layout, height, width. Okay, then we add one text view and mention the attributes of text view. Okay, so this is sample. Here frame layout is closed. Okay, so this is sample code of the frame layout. So in this lecture we see the relative layout and frame layout. So this is our chapter 3rd. In this chapter we mainly see the what is the UI component, and then we see the layout managers. So there are 5 layout managers, and all we see in this chapter. Okay, thank you.